Nothing is wrong. Your bills are paid, your relationship is fine, your business is moving, you hit a goal recently, or maybe you're close to one. There's food in the fridge and people who love you, and by every measurable standard, life is actually good. And yet, you picked a fight with your partner this week over something so small that you can barely reconstruct the logic of it. You've been quietly catastrophizing about money with no real evidence, just a feeling that something is coming. You woke up at 3 a.m. with that low hum of anxiety that has no clear start or end. You're scrolling a lot. You're waiting. For what? You're not entirely sure. Nothing is wrong. And somehow your experience of your own life is that it's less than great, hollow, in the waiting room. If that's you, if you've ever been in a season where everything should feel good and you just can't access it, this video is for you. Because what I'm about to share with you today is more than a productivity framework. And no, it's not a goal-setting method. It's something far more fundamental than that. It's the reason so many women I work with keep achieving things and feeling nothing. Keep getting to the destination and immediately needing a new one. Keep living in a vague, low-grade sense of dread, even when there is objectively nothing to dread. And it all comes down to one question. One that most people have never actually honestly answered. What do you want? What do you actually want? Before we go anywhere, I want to acknowledge something. You're likely a self-aware, high-functioning woman who has done a lot of work on herself. You've read the books. You know your patterns. You're an active, intentional participant in your own life. And still, this might be the thing that you've missed. Not because you weren't paying attention, because the question was never asked of you correctly. And because the way most of us are wired, especially as driven women, makes towards thinking feel almost unnatural at first. So if some resistance comes up as we go through this, good. It's exactly what we're working with. Stay with me. Your goals should pull you forward. Instead of feeling like you're constantly running from or being pushed by your past. That's the whole video right there. And by the end of this, you're not just going to get that as a concept, you're going to feel the difference in your body. And you're going to do something about it today. Have you ever been in the presence of someone who is completely present? I mean truly present, settled in themselves in a way that you can feel in the room. They are fully here, engaged with what's in front of them, genuinely enjoying what they have, and at the same time, there's this quiet current of aliveness running underneath everything they do. They know what they're building toward. They have conviction. They have vision. When they talk about the future, there's a lightness to it, an excitement that's completely free of desperation. They're magnetic. You want to be around them. You want to know how they think. You walk away from a conversation with them feeling more possibility in your own life. That quality, that combination of deep presence and genuine, joyful, forward-pulling desire is what we're building toward today. And it starts by making sense of exactly how most of us have been motivated and why it eventually stops working. There's a concept in motivational psychology called away from versus towards motivation. Some people move primarily by running from pain, and others move primarily by moving toward desire, a vision, a feeling, a life they're genuinely choosing. Away from motivation is powerful, genuinely. Financial pressure will get you off the couch. The burning platform, the I cannot stay here moment, has launched more businesses, ended more bad situations, and sparked more real change than any vision board ever did. Fear is a fast activator. It works. Yet here's what no one tells you. it has an expiry date. The moment that you've moved far enough away from the pain, the moment the pressure lifts, even slightly, the fuel runs out. And if your entire engine is built on running from something, what happens when you've outrun it? You stop. Or, and this is the sneaky version, you unconsciously recreate the problem. Think about it. A woman builds a business on, I need to make rent. Then she hits a level of real financial safety for the first time. Suddenly, there's a drama. A launch underperforms. She spirals about a competitor. She second guesses a strategy that was working. She manufactures a crisis. Because without a crisis, she has no idea how to move forward. The chaos looks like self-sabotage from the outside. And from the inside, it feels completely real. And it is, because she's running the only motivational software that she ever installed. And it bleeds into everything. The fights that appear from nowhere, the 3 a.m. anxiety with no real source, the restlessness that arrives specifically when things are going well, that particular unsettled feeling of it's too quiet, the way peace feels suspicious rather than welcome. And you know that phrase, waiting for the other shoe to drop? That's one of the most telling things a person can say. It reveals a fundamental operating belief that good things are temporary, that difficulty is inevitable, and that the most responsible thing that you can do is stay braced for it. And so you brace, you scan, you prep for the problem, and in doing so, you make it almost impossible to actually receive what's good right now. So here's what I want you to get. It's not actually pessimism, and it's not a character flaw. It's away from motivation, doing exactly what it was designed to do. It keeps you alert to threat. It keeps you in problem-solving mode. And when there are no real problems, it's generating one just to keep the system running. So when things are genuinely fine and your experience is that they're awful, you are resourceful, not broken. You've been highly effective at solving problems. You've just never learnt to be motivated by anything except the presence of one. And the reason most of us never ever learnt, because wanting things, truly, boldly wanting things for yourself, was never really considered safe. As a blanket generalization, women were never taught that desire was something to honor. Wanting things for yourself was selfish, ungrateful, a bit much. Good girls are grateful for what they have. They certainly don't announce that they want more. So we learn to want in the direction of problems. I want to be out of debt. I want to stop feeling so stuck. I want things to be less hard. Wants framed as the absence of something painful because that was acceptable. That was modest enough. That was actually safe. Yet, I don't know about you, but I want a business that makes me genuinely excited to wake up. I want a relationship that feels like home and a sex life that actually turns me on. I want the watch and the shoes and the trip that changes something in me. I want to build something that outlives me and inspires the masses to do the same. I want a legacy. That matters to me. And there was a time in my life when it felt dangerous to say that. And yet, go back to that person I described at the start, the one who's magnetic, the one who lights up the room, the one you want to be around, the one that quietly comes precisely from this. They've given themselves full permission to want things. They are grateful and hungry at the same time. They are present and purposeful simultaneously. They are anchored in today and pulled by tomorrow. 1 foot firmly planted in gratitude for what is, and 1 foot reaching towards what gets to come next. Gratitude is the ground, and desire is the direction. And together, they are the most powerful place that you can build from. So here's the shift that I want to offer you, and it's a big one. Away from motivation keeps you one step behind your own life. You are permanently reacting, permanently in the rearview mirror. Your entire relationship with forward movement is defined by what you're leaving behind. Towards motivation puts you one step ahead of your life. You're creating, choosing, moving in the direction of something that genuinely lights you up because it calls to you, because you chose it, because it's yours. The difference is physiological, not only psychologically. When your nervous system is in threat response, cortisol, survival mode, fight or flight, you are brilliant at solving immediate problems and categorically limited in everything else. Creativity, expansiveness, genuine connection, joy, these are not available in survival mode. The system is too busy keeping you alive to let you actually live. Towards motivation, activate something entirely different. Dopamine, anticipation, expansion, the embodied feeling of, I am so excited about my life. You think more clearly. You make decisions from a wider perspective. You become genuinely magnetic to the things, the people, the opportunities that are aligned with where you're going. Can you let your goals pull you forward, or are you still relying on your past to push you? That's a real question. Sit with it. Here's what we're actually doing today. And I want you to do this properly, fully, really with intention, because this is actually the work. So do the work. Find an hour where you'll be uninterrupted. Create an environment that puts you in a full body yes. Light a candle if you have to. Put on music that makes you feel like you could take on the world. The I'm that girl, life is magnificent, everything is possible playlist. Wear something that makes you feel like yourself. This actually matters because you are accessing a version of yourself that may have had very little airtime lately. You're doing this from somewhere expansive, somewhere that feels like possibility. Create that environment intentionally, get a pen and paper, and make sure it's actual paper, and let's get to work. At the top of the page, I want you to write this. If nothing bad would happen and no one would get hurt, what do I want? And then brain dump. Everything. Filter nothing. Qualify nothing. Make it reasonable for no one. I'm talking the relationship you actually want, including the sex life, the business that genuinely excites you, the real version, the real bank account number, the designer piece that you've been eyeing, the 6-month hiatus volunteering somewhere that moves your soul, the body, the house, the friendships, the experiences, the legacy, the joy, the pleasure, all of it. Right until you have nothing left, until the page is full and you are empty of ideas. Consider every area of your life and stay with each one until it's fully exhausted. Everything on the page, all of it. Now, and this is the part where most people move past, which is exactly why most people find the results elusive, close your eyes. I want you to bring that list up inside of your mind. And instead of thinking about how you'll get there, simply feel what it would be like to already have it. Feel the pride, the ease, the joy, the freedom, the full body aliveness of a life that is genuinely, completely yours. Let that feeling flood every single cell. Your chest, your fingertips, your stomach, your throat, really be there. Really feel it. And stay here until it's real. Now, from this place, from this version of you who already has everything on that list and truly feels it, pick up the pen and ask yourself, now, what do I want to want? And write again. And notice what comes now. Maybe it's bigger. Maybe it's wilder. Maybe it's more specific than anything you've allowed yourself to think before. Maybe it's a super yacht with your closest people in Monaco during the Grand Prix. Maybe it's a global movement that feeds 20 million people. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's something that you've never had the language for until now. Write it all down, every last thing. And now, one final question. And carry this with you everywhere, into the lowest moments and the highest ones, the ordinary Tuesday mornings and the extraordinary ones. How does it get better than this? Because it always can. That's an orientation towards possibility, not an absence of gratitude. You can be completely, fully grateful for everything that you have right now and still ask that question. Asking it from gratitude is actually the whole point. That's the combination. That's the practice. Grateful for the ground beneath your feet, genuinely excited about the horizon that you're walking towards. Genuinely excited about the horizon that you're walking toward. That magnetic person I described at the start of this video, this is what they're doing. Maybe consciously, maybe intuitively, yet this is what's underneath it. Presence plus desire, gratitude plus vision. 1 foot planted, 1 foot reaching. And it's available to you starting today. The women that I watch build extraordinary lives are the ones who got clear on what they actually wanted and gave themselves full permission to want it. Not because wanting it guaranteed they'd get it, because clarity of desire is the prerequisite for everything. You cannot navigate towards a destination that you've never ever acknowledged. You are allowed to want what you want, all of it, without justification. The penny has already dropped. The other shoe is already on the ground. You get to stop living one crisis behind your own life. And you can decide right now that your future gets to pull you forward. If today opens something up for you and you want to explore what it actually looks like to build from desire rather than fear, I would love to have that conversation with you. The link to book a free discovery call is below. And it's a real conversation. There's no pressure, just clarity. So come and tell me what you want. I'm excited to hear it. I'll see you in the next video.